Keep the hots rolling. Keep them hot and sticky. That's what I say. Keep kicking her into teeth. It's hard to reach, but monks are very athletic. They can reach it. I say it's hard to reach because she's really tall. And she's floating on top of that. That guy went down because of the bleeds. I can't do much about that other than give him the life cocoon that I have, which would have saved him, but I'm just not that good yet to react to all this. Okay, I should be looking at some health bars more. I'm not a DPS. Vlad, chill out. Hi, hello, and welcome. I am definitely not moth-covered rock, and you're watching me pug my way to 2.8k rating on a Mistweaver monk in Dragonflight Season 3. And yes, I do have a new transmog. And yes, my hands do seem to be clipping through my knees. That looks like it hurts. Anyway, I had a little issue happen, and that is that I am currently very annoyed because I lost a bunch of footage due to the fact that there is no sound on it. I mean, I had the footage, but I've basically gotten rid of it because there is no sound, and it's just weird. It's dead silent. There's no sounds like this. There's no voiceover from me. So it's just a bunch of useless footage, basically. And I did quite a bit in that footage. For instance, I cleared the entirety of Normal Amirdrassil. I did a bunch of Mythic Plus. For instance, I did Darkheart Thicket at a +3, which was a really good run. And I wish I could show you, but I can't because there's no sound. Also did a Murazon's Rise at key level 10, but that we didn't time because we just, I don't know, we were just slow, I think. Can't fully recall. No, I know what messed us up. The tank basically murdered us on a couple of occasions with frontals that he pointed at the group. And I think we also wiped on Deos because we couldn't handle the orbs properly. And we did a Taldazar. So yeah, we did a few dungeons and I had voiceovers for those. I had full commentaries. And obviously the big thing is Amirdrassil on normal. Now that I didn't actually plan on making, putting into the video too much. I didn't really record all of it. I just really wanted to get some experience doing some raid healing. I feel like as cool as it is to watch me learn, I really don't know anything. And while I'm commentating, I am not actively learning, to be completely honest with you. So yeah, I hope you guys don't mind. I will do this again next week. Also, some changes to my WeakAuras. I have this. I think I pointed this out previously, but basically when I'm in combat, it's going to hop like this, and then it stops hopping, but it's highlighted. When I have no charges, it's just faded out like usual. Another thing that I made it do, basically, when I'm sitting at 2 charges for 3 seconds in combat, it'll blip. But it won't blip when I enter combats because I set it up if it's sitting for 3 seconds, or rather more than 3 seconds and less than 5 seconds, it'll blip. So it'll blip right now. There it is. But if I go out of combat, so when it stops hopping, I'll know I'm out of combat like this. It's been more than 5 seconds, so when I enter combat, it's not going to blip. I prefer this because sometimes when I enter combat, I just don't want it to blip. Sometimes I don't even need to use Renewing Mist because I'm just doing, I don't know, world content or something. So I don't need this blipping at me all the damn time. I also added another WeakAura, which is this. That's basically just my Vivacious Vivification. So when I use that, it goes away. When I have it, it's going to be right here in the middle. So I know that I can instant cast one of these lovely, lovely Vivifies. I've also been gaining a bit more experience with how to use my mouse over macros. I made a Zen Pulse one. I have a bunch of different mouse over macros now. So I'm just going to stick to shadow unit frames and mouse over macros, and it's been working just fine. But yes, that said, I think it's time to run, what do we even have? Waycrest Manor. Let's do Waycrest Manor. I'm going to go watch Quasi's video on Waycrest Manor. If you need proper guide videos and not just my playthrough type stuff, I strongly suggest looking up Quasi. His content is amazing. He does extremely thorough, really, really good guides. You cannot go wrong with Quasi's guides. He goes through the trash, he goes through the bosses, he explains every mechanic. It's an extremely good way to learn the dungeons, and that's how I'm gonna go learn Waycrest Manor. I'm just gonna go step in front of the summoning stone, and then I'm gonna go watch the video so I know what I'm getting myself into. Alrighty, +9 Waycrest Manor, getting started. First time actually doing this. Put out my hots. Looks like we're doing the whole of this room. It's very good to see. We're going to let people use all sorts of their CC. I'm gonna drop my stun soon. I'm gonna kick this, but I'm going to look to stun after that. It looks like they're all CC'd and interrupted. Okay, nice. The group knows what's up. We're going bottom left. Apparently, it's good to start with the Heartsbane Triad, according to Quasi. They're the Pug Stomper of the group. Look out for that Shadow Cleave from the captain. Looking for this lady. Drop that instant cast Vivify. Looking for the Shadow Cleave yet again. So far, so good. Not really working too much. Not really working too hard to get these heals out. Looking out for the captain's cleave the entire time. I think we can take this captain into the next group. Looking for a touch of death to finish this guy off. There we go. Drop more hots out. I'm rolling around. Looks like we're clearing the room. That makes sense. Acolyte is the only one with a cast. We're going to interrupt that. I got disoriented by the swirly. Need to get the heck out of the swirly so I don't keep getting disoriented. That's my bad. Very good. Keep putting the hots out. Just keep the hots rolling. Keep them hot and sticky. That's what I say. I'm very focused on the tactics because this is my first time running it with the Moonfire. With the solar beam coming down, it's a little bit hard to see where the things are, but I'm gonna drop a CC on this guy. One's being slept, the other one I paralyzed. Very good. Now it's Selena, Malady, into Briar, I believe. Gonna drop that right in the middle of them. I'm just gonna kick whatever I can. I don't think there's anything too important that I can kick, so whatever I kick is good. Now soul manipulation is coming through. We're going to immediately stun whoever it is. Need to dispel, throw some dispels around. It's switched over to Malady. We should be hitting Malady. Unstable ruin. Gotta jump around. I'm going to essence font here because I can't do much else. Vivify. Lots of errors being experienced by my add-ons. That's never a good thing. Jagged nettles, trying to figure out who it's on. Probably on this person. We're gonna give them a nice big, what's that called? I don't use it enough. Live cocoon. There we go. I'm hitting the wrong boss. Okay, I think I just touched a death turn. No, I didn't. It's on cooldown. People aren't that low, so I'm not too worried about it. I do need to put out my hots. We can finish off Malady. There we go. Okay. So, not the best explanation of what was going on, but this fight is very fast-paced, so I had a hard time. But if you want a better explanation, look up Quasi's video. Okay, so the third Briar lady, she does a big dot on someone. The first boss, Selena, she does, what's it called? What does Selena do? Oh, she CCs, like, mind controls someone. Right. The second boss, which is Malady, she does the circle that you need to spread out for because it does an AoE. So if you stack people up, everyone gets hit by everyone's AoE. And then the last one, again, does the dot. Also, Malady does a debuff that has you, it basically forces you to move. If you don't move, you get, I don't know what it actually does. I think it's a stun, probably. Something. I don't know. You just move. So most people won't have issues with that. Maybe casters. But as any kind of melee, you probably won't have much of an issue. Infected some shit. I'm assuming that's a dot. I'm going to just stun these guys. If I stun them, I don't have to worry about it. Not much healing I need to worry about here. Seem to be sustaining everyone just fine. Just got to keep using my hot. If I keep the hot out, it should be easy to keep everyone up with just Vivifies. Now, when the Thorns Guard dies, I have to make sure we don't stand in that explosion. It does. Would be a good spot to use some AoE CC if we had some. Looking at the Thorn Shaper, dropping another one of these. Put my hots out. Somebody got the debuff. Again, looking at the Thorn Shaper, I'll get this one in the back. We'll kick them. If you can kick something, kick it. If you don't know what to kick, just kick anything. And then if you die, you kick the other thing the next time. As simple as that, really. Oh, I don't know if this was intentional, and I don't know if I pulled that, but we're going to find out how much of an issue it is. I'm going to try and put my kick, or my focus for my kick. Okay, I need to focus up here now. And I need to spam heals into this person. I'm going to Vivify because everyone and their mom is debuffed. Not Vivify, sorry. Revival. That's what I meant to say. Now, I know that some groups prefer to pull extra with Matron Brindle because she's just annoying. She has a lot of health and takes quite a bit to kill, but this is a +9, so I guess the tank doesn't really want to bother with it too much. I'm gonna drink a bit of mana tea. Getting started with this boss. I don't have thingy thing with the stuffy stuff to use, actually. And by thingy thing with the stuffy stuff, I mean this beautiful thing, the Phalanx Stomp. I'm a little scatterbrained because this is my first run of the day. I haven't played since last night, so I'm a bit lost in the sauce, as I like to say. Gotta switch over to Thorns, and we have this guy in the back. He got caged immediately by the Demon Hunter. This Demon Hunter's quite good. He does it instantly. I don't even have to worry about it. We do have to take care of the Demon Hunter a little bit here because the Tank Buster hurts quite a bit. And the tank seems to be reluctant to drag him into the fire. I don't know why. He can freely do that. Shouldn't be an issue at all. We're just going to do it a big Essence font. And we have a new one of these. The Essence fonts, I've noticed, is extremely, extremely potent. And I'm just going to top myself off and everyone else with these Prelude Gift. I just need to use more of my tools instead of just using Ancient Teachings. This is unnecessary to stick to just Ancient Teachings. Tank is dragging this out of the group. Or out of the room. Dinner bell coming through. We're going to get the heck away from that. We have these two, but we can line of sight them. Hopefully we can line of sight them. I can paralysis one. We're going to stun here if we can. Okay, I'm panicking a little bit. Hold on now. Hold on. I got you, bud. Let me just find my bearings. I got a little lost in the sauce because I was worried too much about the incorporeal in the back. I'm going to kick that wretch. Never mind. They're getting yoinked around. Getting out of that dinner bell because it silences. I really don't want to get silenced because if I had gotten silenced by the first dinner bell, I think would have been a dead tank, which potentially could have been a wipe. We do have battle res, but it doesn't matter. Again, I am very scatterbrained because I'm still like, I'm just trying to get back into the game. I'm gonna CC this thing so nobody else has to spend a global. My globals are the cheapest in the sense of they're worth the least damage, least amount of damage. Alrighty, waiting for the tank to decide which way we go. Okay, we have the shaman kind of just pulling. tank is maybe lagging. I don't know. He just kind of fell devastation into the side of the room where nobody was. That was weird. I can already see being very, very annoyed by all of these, what are they called? Walls, like just blocking my line of sight. The solar beams, I quite enjoy the solar beams, I have to admit. We're going to quickly paralysis this. I don't want to have to deal with that. Very good. This is a very good group, it feels like. Okay, so I like how the tank closed the door on him. We're going to kick that wretch. Wretch does an AoE frontal, I believe. So with us just standing in this tight hallway, that wretch is pretty dangerous. Okay, we're pulling more from the room. I don't know if that was intentional or planned by the tank. Okay, I'm still stuck in my raid healing mindset because I need to get out of that. I just started using Soothing Mist, which I shouldn't be using in Mythic Plus like this. I mean, it's not a horrible thing. Whatever keeps people alive is a good thing to use is what I think, but ideally I'd use my other abilities because they will also deal damage. Just gonna Feline Stomp here into the wall so they have a big area to work in. It spreads out sideways. I don't want to move too close to the boss. It's like one big thing that people are kind of worried here is pulling trash alongside the boss. So that's something you don't want to do, otherwise you will have a hard time. Now this boss is, from what I understand, basically, well, I'd call him a loot pinata, but it doesn't drop any loot. Now we just got to make sure we avoid the oozlings. I'm gonna save my okay, we need a paralysis. I'll pop paralysis on this one. The one in the back can get CC'd by others. We gotta avoid that little swirly that generates from this. Avoid the big cones. They're calling servants. I do have paralysis available soon. Rotten expulsion means more oozlings. Where are the servants? I'm going to drop one circle over there. I'm going to paralysis this servant. There we go. I'll paralysis this one because I saw the chains thing or whatever the heck that is go out for that servant. So we're just going to CC all of them so we don't have to kill them. That way we can finish off this boss. At this key level, we can just finish off the boss. We don't have to even switch to the servants, which is beautiful. Awesome. And we get put out of combat, so the incorporeal all go away. Very nice. I really don't have to do much healing, I guess, because people are kind of avoiding standing and stuff, and there's not much raid damage going through. Raid damage, here I am. I'm going to AoE CC this just so none of the infests go through. Here, I'm assuming we want to pull the group on the right and maybe Matron Alma, or we want to wait for her to patrol away. Okay, we managed to kick the Thorn Shaper. Are we pulling Alma right away? I can't tell. Going to kick that. Yes, we are pulling Alma. I don't think we want to pull the other group because we can just avoid them. Try to use paralysis to interrupt that, but I'm going to have to dispel instead. Put out my hots. I need to use my hots more. Let's focus on killing Alma. I don't know where the tank is taking her. We're going to kick the Ruinous Volley. We don't want to have to deal with that. We're going to pull these guys. Do we need the percent? Oh, it looks like we need the percent. Maybe that's why. We're going to dispel the tank. Put a new Feline Stomp down. That'll help me more. I'm going to touch that to finish it off. I have a curse on me that I don't know what to do with. I'm just going to heal. I'm going to stand away. What does it do? Okay, explosion at the end. That's fine. Gonna try and heal everyone up. That is indeed my job. Sorry, I feel like this commentary is just kind of all over the place. I'm trying to learn the dungeon, so my commentary is a little bit weird, I guess. But I do feel like I'm on top of things. Just looking for a little X marker. I hate being these cramped corridors, I gotta admit. I'm so used to being zoomed the heck out, like really far, just so I can see everything. And this is weird. Are we doing the whole room pull? Seem to be doing the whole room pull. Okay, we're avoiding the one in the back. I'm gonna kick that soul bolt, just make sure that they can move. Scar Soul's coming through. I'm gonna CC as much of it as I can. This might be a heal test right here, but I think we should be fine. The person has some kind of debuff on them. We're going to remove that. Okay, gonna life cocoon myself, put my hots out, big vivify on this person, keep my kicks rolling. Rising Sun kick is a very powerful healing tool, actually. Keep kicking these now. The soul essences are very, very scary. They target random. I mean, all of these are very scary because they're all casters, but you need a lot of kicks going through, and the group has been quite good about kicks, in my opinion. They've done quite well. We just beat the crap out of this guy. Whenever somebody gets hit by whatchamacalls, by the green thing, I just need to move them away or cleanse them once they're moved away. I think now is a good time. There's a swirly. We'll make them go away. Vivify. Need to make good use of that Vivify. It's very strong. Put my hots back out before this thing beeps at me again. Virulent thing is coming through. We can cleanse them. They need to move. More swirlies coming down. It's fine. Get my ancient teachings back up. I do think more and more that I need to put up an ancient teachings WeakAuras. Keep my hots rolling out. Okay, there's Lady Waycrest. We're going to switch over to her. I'm going to step away and then cleanse. Touch of Death him just to get him out of the way. Racking pain. We're going to interrupt that. Keep kicking her into teeth. It's hard to reach, but monks are very athletic. They can reach it. I say it's hard to reach because she's really tall. and she's floating on top of that. Okay, this might be a bit scary. The tank's going to take quite a bit of damage here. I do have Shaylin's Gift. We're going to AoE CC all of this. Now, I'm going to kick that, but it got CC'd as well. Is there another one? I don't see another one. Very good. Gorek Thule over there with his monologue. Bad guy monologue coming in. Okay, this was less scary than I imagined it to be because Quasi prepared me. I guess these are more scary in hierarchies because we are doing a 9 after all, and I'm starting to get decently geared. I'm at 448 item level, so this isn't very scary. The reason I'm doing 9s is because, yeah, I'm just trying to learn the dungeons. I don't want to get started with too high of a key, as I feel like it'll be too punishing for me to properly learn the dungeon. Keep kicking those lightnings. I'm going to try and grab... the lightning is basically just the chain lightning. Now, these guys have a cast that needs to be interrupted. I'm going to hard switch to them. I'm looking for the little pouches on the ground, and we keep kicking that. The shaman got it for us. I'm looking for the pouch. Maybe somebody else already grabbed it. Death Lens, we're gonna interrupt that with a stun kick thingy thing. This guy's yelling bleed for me, but he is kicking things, so I'll allow it. You may yell, and that's the dungeon. Okay, I couldn't find any of the alchemical pouches. I'm assuming somebody else picked them up. And we got new legs. These are champion tier, finally an upgrade, and they have versatility. That I do like. Did anyone else get anything else? Waistband, a leather waistband. Need that belt? Question mark? I'm assuming they do. Congrats. Thank you for the run. See you around. And we're gonna peace out. That was a pretty good run. I enjoyed that. I mean, we should stomped it, obviously. I think we +3'd it. Yeah, we did. Because it's a +9, and these guys are definitely good to go for hierarchies. I think I'm good to go for hierarchies in the dungeons that I've done so far. Like I said, I don't want to go into too high of a key to learn the dungeon. This was probably not the best learning experience, as things died way too quickly, but I did confirm that I do remember what Quasi said in his video and what I should be looking out for. Now, this isn't an upgrade currently because I've upgraded my veteran leggings to 8 out of 8, but with enough flight stones and eventually worm crests, I will be able to make it more powerful than the legs I have right now. I don't have very many flight stones, and I have 0 worm crests, and I'm already I spent all of my Drake's crests and Whelpling crests for the first 2 weeks, and I'm capped out, so I'm kind of just sitting here waiting for next week as far as gear upgrades are concerned, unless I push keys that are high enough to give me item level gear that is going to be better than what I have. So yeah, that was Waycrest Manor. What do we get next? We got a Darkheart Thicket. This is good. I'm gonna do this for sure. In fact, I'm gonna do it at a 12 because I've done it before, so I have some experience with it. So let's do the 12 Darkheart Thicket. We have a pirate paladin who says they say they raid butts all around the coast. I don't know what that means, but I'm glad I don't live near the coast. I did do some changes to these WeakAuras. Okay, it looks like the debuffs are anchored to... Oh, okay, Paladin. I mean, you gotta pump your brakes there a little bit. I got disoriented. We're going to AoE CC this, and we're going to drop one of these, and we're going to Essence Font for the entire party. We're going to do a revival just for the instant cast heal. I know it's not ideal. I should be using other things. We're going to remove that disorient from the tank, and ooh, okay, I handled it in a way. I just needed some CC to go through there. Wasn't ready for that big of a pull. Also not a big fan of how my unit frames look right now, but that's something I'll have to adjust later on. Tank's taking quite a bit of damage. Not a big fan of that either, but we'll make it work. Here I can top everyone off with just my ancient teachings. I shouldn't have to do anything else. Gotta keep the hots going out, keep the tank full. Don't have a Ring of Peace to use just yet. We're going to paralysis on that just to slow it down for a little bit. We'll put these guys in a Ring of Peace, so I don't have to worry about that. And we're going to pump some big heals into the tank. Mattering Roar coming through. I'm going to just Essence Font for everybody. Put out my hots. Yes, the WeakAura blips letting me know that I need to put out the hots. The Festerhide Grizzlies, basically the way they work is you want to make sure that you what's it called, top everyone off between the thingy thing with the stuffy stuff, between the roars. Also, when you get to like 2 stacks of the roar before the 3rd roar, just make sure that you use some kind of defensive, because the roar debuff stacks, basically what they do is it just went away right as I was about to say, or show you, but they make the next roar do more damage. That's the whole shebang. That's the whole thing. I'm gonna kick these despairs. I'm gonna look for a paralysis on this one in the back. This one that's next to the enemies, we're going to... I'm not going to kick it. Somebody needs to CC it. Okay, we got it. Mind controlled by the priest. That's beautiful. I'm going to dispel these despair stacks, and I'm going to put my hots back out. I was focusing on what I should do next, so I wasn't putting the hots out. That's a mistake, but you live and you learn. I do have some experience doing the dungeon, so I'm not too caught off guard by the things that are happening. Tank seems to be keeping things inside of my... what's it called? Thing on the ground. Bayline Stomp. Are we doing the skip? No, we're running down into this. Tank's gonna pull these guys. That's okay. We have a couple of bats that were up to no good. It started making trouble in my neighborhood. We got to do big heals for this. We're going to drop a paralysis on that one. I think I basically just pulled this. We're going to drop one of these just to be able to top everyone off. We're going to Shayloon's Gift. That should make everyone nice and healthy. I'm going to... Oh, I'm not going to revival. I don't have a revival. Chi Burst just to get my thing back up. That guy went down because of the bleeds. I can't do much about that other than give him the life cocoon that I have, which would have saved him, but I'm just not that good yet. To react to all this, we're going to get rid of this thing. Just make sure nobody's on top of them so it doesn't spread. Trying to heal with Ancient Teachings right now. Would be good if I had the buff up. I heard that's useful if you want to heal with it. We should be fine. Okay, we just got out of combat, so we don't have to worry about that. I feel like the mage going down there was completely my bad. I could have saved them with a life cocoon. Do I have a Ring of Peace? It looks like we're good with just the Mind Soothe coming from this guy. We're going to put a focus on the Screecher. It looks like the tank doesn't want to pull the bears with this, which is a good call. The bears are really rough. The double bear pull is very dangerous. We're going to kick that unnerving whatever the heck. Put out some hots. Not much damage going on here. We're going to drop one of these bad boys just to make these guys bounce back. Ring of Peace doesn't actually put you in combat, which is very useful to make mobs go away from where you don't want them to be. You put these hots out, top off the tank as best I can so he doesn't have to waste any holy power on healing himself. For the first run, we don't really have to do much. There's a second roar. I'm going to top everyone off as best I can. There's spares coming in. It looks like the mage stayed a bit too far in the back. We're going to try and top off the mage. Going to give the tank a life cocoon. There we go. Did I give the tank a life cocoon? I did. Okay, I see it now. I don't know what to do here. What the heck happened? I'm gonna Chi into more Shayloon's Gift. Oh, there's zones on the ground from these guys. I was trying to figure out what the heck was going on. Trying to make these bounce away so that we have a nice little Ring of Peace area where we can chill. 9 stacks of despair on the tank. I need to dispel that. I'm going to Shayloon's Gift yet again. Revival here just because it's a big AoE heal. I know that I shouldn't be using Revival like that, but I was just running out of ideas on how to heal us up. The bears are gone, so this should be a lot easier now. So what happened was we pulled the patrol because the ranged characters were too far back, so that made this a lot harder than it needed to be. Bears themselves are hard enough, especially on Fortified. Okay, now, let me see here. Not much I need to do, just stay behind the tank. We need to top off whoever gets hit by the bleed. The bleed goes away once you top the person off. I think 90% HP makes the bleed go away. Okay, I'm gonna Essence Font here just to make sure I top everyone off. Big heals on the mage. Okay, Shayloon's Gift's gonna go through. I'm standing in some shit, but I don't care because Shayloon's Gift's gonna make me nice and healthy. Top off the priest again. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to do paralysis on this bad boy just so nobody else has to spend any globals. Just going to heal up whoever it is that gets the bleed. I want to focus on healing them. That should take precedence over pretty much anything else. Okay, handled well enough, I believe. Mana's starting to get low. I'm just going to sit down to drink a little bit. I'll let the group keep going. I don't think this is very dangerous right now, so I'm just waiting for my mana to fill up before I start healing. And we're going to get rid of that poison as soon as I'm full mana. There we go. We are full mana. Opting to make this a smaller pull. We're going to try and kill the Dryad. The Dryad has the same mechanic as last season's, what are they called? What the heck are those things called? Pelters, right? From Neltharian's Lair. Pelters. Okay, yeah. So when you hit them, they jump backwards. So if you just cleave them, they won't jump backwards. Now, Keeper here is very dangerous. I'm not 100% certain I like where this is going and how it's going because this guy's going to pull more. Okay, no, he's just pulling the plants. That's good. If we pull another Keeper, it's going to be very dangerous, but we want to focus on the Keeper. I'm being poisoned. I'm going to remove the poison from myself, puts these hots back out, top myself off. As soon as the Keeper's dead, we're good. Now, why the Keeper is dangerous is because he puts down these mushrooms and you have a grace period once they go up. When they are up for a little bit, stepping on them or touching them will basically do just a bazillion damage, and you want to avoid that. We're going to try and put a paralysis on this Dryad in the back. They're not being hit anyway, so then don't think it matters too much. I'm going to put my hots back out. Nobody was really taking any damage, so I didn't have hots up, but that is a mistake. I should have my hots rolling at all times because they will just leap. Like if somebody's full health while the Renewing Mist is on them, the Renewing Mist will just simply switch over to whoever has lost health. So you're never wasting a renewed mist or a renewing mist, whatever the heck. Still getting used to the ability names, that's for sure. Keeping the hots rolling. And we have a double Keeper pull. We basically just run in circles around this and we hope that we have enough time to kill them while we're still in the circle. It's a zone denial type of deal. I'm going to paralysis this one over here. The other one got polymorphed, it looks like. We're heading in that direction, so I'm gonna put my Feline Stomp in that direction. I should be focusing my damage on the Keepers, not that my damage is consequential. I think these are rot bursts coming up, not mushrooms. And there we go. The keepers have been taken care of. Still a relatively low key, so we are able to take care of these things pretty quickly. We have the hunter doing just bazillion DPS, which is beautiful to see. Now I should be putting my hots up, but then again, these guys really aren't that scary. So like I said, I'm not too worried. Sometimes I just won't be using abilities. I'll be focusing on the damage because I don't need to keep everyone topped off all the time. Now we're going to try and interrupt this Dryad with our stuns. I don't think we'll be able to, but we can take the plants over to the Dryad in order to keep DPSing. Okay, now dispel that poison and put my hots out. Give this person a nice heal to top them off. And Ancient Teachings healings should be going through like so. I'm going to chi burst through my friends here to get my, what are they called? Jesus, my Feline Stomp. I think what is it called is probably the most spoken phrase in today's video. Okay, so we're looking at the Nightmare Dwellers. They do a channeled ability that does quite a bit of damage, I believe. Yeah, this is it. This is it. Tank should be using some kind of defensive or something while he's gathering. We're going to AoE CC them. We're going to do, well, I can't really do much right now, but I can do an AoE stun here in a second, like right about now would be a good time. Didn't have it up for the first few things, and luckily I didn't because the group was doing a lot of group CC or AoE CC. Now these guys are going down here in a second. I'm going to paralysis this one just to make sure nothing happens. We're going to cleanse this. We have the hots out. I think we're good. Yeah, we seem to be good. I'm going to drink some mana tea and I'm going to interrupt it with an essence font. What that will do is basically this buff that I have that reduces the cost of my abilities will make the essence font cost half as much. There's another zone denial type of boss fight. Convincingly the easiest boss fight in the dungeon. Basically just avoid the roots and don't get knocked back into the roots when they go out or when they're already up. So that's pretty much it. Trying to give the tank some loving here. Okay, tank's gonna need a bit more loving. I'm full casting Enveloping Mist because I am not very good at this game apparently. We're gonna paralysis the one that's further away. Sapling's coming through. What is that circle? I don't know what that circle is. The tank is very low. I don't know why. I guess because he got squeezed. I wasn't paying attention. Also, my plater health bars. Oh no, I got knocked back into the roots. Can I unroot myself? Yes, I can. Beautiful. Put my hots back out. Shaylin's gift for the tank. Boss should be going down soon. Okay, so I guess the strangling roots aren't that scary if you just have a freedom type ability. We're going to give the tank a life cocoon. I think he just lay on hands. Yeah, he did. I was panicking there for a second because I am not used to having to spot heal the tanks. I guess that is a good time to actually use Soothing Mist into Vivify spam is when they're that low because it is an incredibly powerful heal. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do here is be ready for the group to take a bunch of damage once the slimes go down. I'm going to paralysis this. Hopefully someone takes care of the other one. The group's going to take a lot of damage. I'm going to Essence Font immediately for the entire group. Now this is, I don't know how efficient Essence Font is as an ability for healing, but I have found it extremely powerful because as you can see, I am just fully just topping everyone off with it. There we go. Okay, these guys need to keep getting CC'd, ideally. Okay, there was a fear coming through. I love early season gameplay because usually when I'm in keys at this key level late in a season, so late in season 2 when I was in plus like 12 keys, nobody knew anything. Like nobody knew any of the tactics. They didn't know what needed to be CC'd. They just kind of did damage, and I'm assuming it's because people want to do these types of keys. The people that would usually be doing like 20s 25s or whatever, they're all now here doing these key levels. I'm going to give, why can't I do that? Okay, now I can. That was weird. I was trying to give life cocoon to the tank because honestly the tank takes a bit too much damage for my liking. I'm going to essence font again. I think that's a good call. We're going to do this into a Shayloon's Mist. There we go. Probably shouldn't have essence fonted. Probably should have just Shayloon's Mist, but I'm still learning how to deal with all these things that I'm dealing with as a healer. I'm going to AoE CC these guys. Somebody else will probably follow it up. They don't. There's going to be some blood bolts going through. There we go. I think there's blood bolts and then there's another cast, and the other cast is actually the one that's more dangerous. So that's the one you should save your kick for if you have to save your kick. I don't know what the other cast is called. I've forgotten, but I know that it's more dangerous according to Quasi's video, and I trust Quasi. Okay. Life Cocoon is on cooldown. I'm just hoping the tank takes a little bit better care of themselves. We're looking for the rocks to drop. I'm going to try and bait the rocks over here. There's the breath. Tank should move out of that. Tank did not move out of that. That's okay. We'll just give some more hots out. There's no rocks coming down. I'm just trying to stand in such a way that I don't get knocked back into the eggs. If you get knocked back into the eggs, that's when the trouble starts. Okay, into Shayloon's gift on the tank. That should heal up everyone. Oh, okay, it's this guy. That's why it's screaming. So whenever the destabilized cast is going through. Okay. Sorry if you heard some banging around in the background. There's somebody moving through the house, slamming some doors. Downdraft doesn't do much damage, luckily, so I don't have to worry too much about that. I think I just put the hot on the same person twice now. That's no biggie. We have a Shayloon's Gift. We're going to drop that, heal everyone to full. Okay. I like Shayloon's Gift. That should be my go-to, like, oh shit button. None of the other stuff really should be, because Shayloon's Gift is extremely cheap as far as mana is concerned, and extremely efficient as far as healing is concerned. It just does so much with the gear, with the build I'm rocking right now. Bunch of fall damage to heal off here. Gonna try and top off the tank. Okay, I'm looking at the imps for the Dreadfire Infernals, or Dread Inferno, or whatever the heck it's called. This one that's on, that I'm targeting should be casting its next. I'm gonna AoE CC here because I saw a bunch of cast bars that I did not like. Dread Infernal over there, I managed to interrupt it. Okay, I should be looking at some health bars more. I'm not a DPS, Vlad, chill out. We're going to drop a big Shayloon's Gift. I'm going to give Enveloping Mist to the tank. Tank used, I think that was their, what's it called? Cheat death. Tank needs to use some of these defensives they have, honestly. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to them. I did set them up. There's so many. Holy shit. But maybe I should get rid of some of these. Like the external, I probably don't need to track as much. But yeah, I haven't been keeping track of that. I needed to spell this disease. We're going to paralysis this. Somebody's going to silence that into probably a mind control. Should be looking at the tank's health bar a bit more. Again, they're not using any defensives here in this really nasty pull. We're going to dispel these diseases, and there we go. Those diseases are very scary. The tank needs to use more defensives. Like, if they didn't use a defensive in this pull, I don't know that if they've been using it the entire dungeon. I'll probably see in editing, or maybe not. I kind of forget to look for these things, but yeah, it can be very scary. I'm looking at the imp to interrupt the Dread Infernal. There it is. I'm looking for the second stack. No, there's just one guy in here, so there won't be a second stack of the leech debuff. I just put the hot twice on the tank, which is not the best look, but no biggie. Group's doing fine. Just dropping some heals. Okay, we're just gonna kick that curse. I don't think it's a big deal, but it's the only thing I really have left to kick. Everyone's nice and healthy. We're gonna drink some mana tea for the start of the fight. We're gonna interrupt that. I don't feel like just sitting down and drinking, so I'd rather just do this. We only have one death, and it was the mage at the start, who I did not save with my life cocoon like I should have. Now here, there's a lot of running back and forth in the sense of there's one debuff where you want to stack. There's one debuff where you want to, whatchamacallit, yes. See, they need to stack on top of someone. It doesn't do damage. It just silences you if you're not next to someone. Feed on the weak is going to be cast on that person. They're going to be healed to full with just my Ancient Teachings healing, so that's good. Growing Paranoia is being put on someone. That person needs to step away from whoever it is, from everyone else. Okay, big raid damage or group damage going out. We're going to drop a Shayloon's Gift, like I said I should. Prey on the Weak was on the Hunter, so we gave him some specific healing. I'm going to stand on top of the tank. Hopefully the tank doesn't keep running away from me. Shayloon's Gift for the tank here, I believe, is a good idea. I'm silenced because I had to step out of a swirly. I'm trying to get back on top of the tank so I can dispel them. I'm trying to heal myself, and the boss is dead. I didn't even pay attention to that. This Great Vault Slot upgraded thing, I need to check for a setting to remove that or something. It's really, really annoying. I don't want my screen to be taken up by this for half an hour. Blizzard, please think what you're doing. See you guys around. And I'm going to leave party. The pirate and the gang may continue at their own leisure. That was a good couple of runs. I had fun with that. Now, what I should do is use a mouse over for Life Cocoon. So we're going to make a macro for Life Cocoon mouse over. Pretty much everything's going to be a mouse over macro by the end of this series, I believe. There we go. There's the Life Cocoon. We're going to put it down. Perfect. So we got another Waycrest Manor key. I don't really want to do that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to call the episode here. Again, I'm sorry for making it a shorter episode. I don't know how short it's going to be. It's going to be 2 fully commentated dungeons. But basically, again, what happened was I lost the audio on all the other stuff that I did. And what I did was, that's not what I wanted to show. What I did was a full normal run of Amirdrassil. I wasn't going to show much of it because I did it just to learn it, really. So I'm hoping after the reset, I can do this again and show you guys how I did and what the raid looks like from a Mistweaver monk perspective if you don't play it yourself. And I should point out, I really suck at raid healing. I think I only had like 80k HPS on the last boss or something like that, where you have so much healing to do. I also did a few runs. I think I did the, yeah, here you see the Murazan's Rise 10 key and the 10 Darkheart Thicket and the 9 Atal Dazar. All of those runs are runs I did and I lost the audio for. I did commentate the 10 Darkheart Thicket and the Murazan's Rise. The Murazan's Rise was untimed. The Darkheart Thicket was a +3, which was really cool. The one we just did was a +2 with 10.5 minutes left, while 10 minutes 23 seconds. That's really good, honestly. I feel like that was amazing. But yeah, seeing as I have this key, I'm going to call the episode quits. I would have maybe done a third key if it was a dungeon I hadn't done before, but since I did just do the 9 Waycrest Manor before this, I'm going to skip this one and just call it an episode. Boop. And we're in a cloud. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, drop a like. Let me know what you liked about it in a comment down below. If you had fun, make sure you subscribe. There's more videos coming. And if you're feeling particularly generous, you can become a channel member. Channel members have guaranteed replies to their comments, and they get little shoutouts at the beginning of the video like Moth Covered Rock got today. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next episode. I'm loving this new transmog, I gotta admit.